Are we on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Microphone check.
Lights. Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
This morning we had the man Kwame Nutt. If you want to watch his performance again, just go on our socials. It will definitely be reposted there as well. So big shouts going out to Kwame Nutt on that brand new release, as well as feature with Shutter, and a very interesting story of a dream turned to reality he shared with us this morning on the show. Well, anyway, all these exciting moments line up here on Culture Daily, Monday to Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. And time check right now is 6 minutes past 9, all the way till 10. We're going to be having a conversation on ulcer, or ulcers, if you want to know. Ulcers, all of them. Who can get, how can you not get? All those convos are here this morning. But before we jump into that convo, Betway's got great news for you. If you want to have a chance to visit the Emirates Stadium, well, it's on till 31st of January 2025, a competition where you get the chance to bet on any Arsenal team on the Betway fan exclusive page. And guess what? You stand a chance of getting a play on the field, play on the pitch once in a lifetime experience at the Emirates Stadium, plus memorabilia and exciting prices month on month from a range of Arsenal jerseys to all those things I mentioned. So hurry up, jump on to betway.com.gh right now. Terms and conditions apply. It is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. Hey, it's also a good time to have some great brunch and dinner at Live Resto Lounge today and other days coming. Call them on 020-133-7766 to make a reservation. There's a reason, because they have all kinds of meals and their food tastes really, really, really good. So visit Live Resto Lounge in East Legon right about now, down La Baulish Road. You can't miss it. To your right side, it is there. And also, when those tough times come, and I bet they will, and you need that extra boost to keep pushing you forward, and on those days when you need someone to be there for you, Cowbell Coffee will be by your side. All right, it's rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste of aroma will kickstart your day when you are working, whether you are working or just creating memories with friends and family or loved ones. Cowbell Coffee will be by your side every moment, as we say. So also, if you're looking for a British degree at a fraction of the cost, okay, in a vibrant student experience that would equip you with useful employability skills, taking you one step closer to the career of your dreams, then enjoy all these plus 50% on your degree program. It's only available to you at Lancaster University, Ghana. Visit their website, lancaster.edu.gh, or email them. It's admissions@lancaster.edu.gh, or call 0209 60 70 08. Lancaster University is the only British university campus offering 50% scholarship in West Africa. Thank you very much. Doc, welcome. It's a Tuesday, and we are glad to have you on Tuesdays because it's health conversations. Hate it or love it is very important. They say Entoa. Then you be scrambling and going on YouTube and typing how to cure ulcer at 12 midnight on YouTube. Then our video will pop up. Then you see how important it is. So it's very important that we have these conversations. If I'm to ask in this room, how many of us go on Google to do DIYs and self-checks anytime we have the slightest symptom of something? We go on there to read, and guess what? When you go on Google and you read all the symptoms of something, all be the same: headache, eye twitch, mouth sore, one small pimple on your lip. You are afraid that it is getting close to you. But God forbid, we want to stay healthy, and that's why this morning we want to talk about ulcers. For those of you who want to lose weight, you can also achieve an ulcer if you don't do it right. Am I right, Doc?
You're right.
Yes. Because now weight loss has become one thing that a lot of ladies, especially, and I know, maybe let you agree to this, that ladies, a lot of girls want to lose weight, or it's both genders. Mostly guys want to gain, ladies want to trim.
Guys want to gain.
Yes.
I think guys want to build more muscle.
Yeah, I mean when I say gain, I don't
to.
mean that's in like fat. No, I'm talking about gain as in terms of muscle.
Okay,
yeah. Boys want to convert fat to muscle.
And ladies want to look trim.
Yes, ladies want to convert muscle to lean muscle. Yeah. However, what they forget is that, have they asked the boys what we want? Even though they say it's not for us. We don't, who wants to have bones to be dealing with in this day and age?
Hey,
2025, by going to
some people like the bones.
No.
Some people like the bones with small flesh.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Some of us need
I'm not
constant supply of calcium. So
I'm not Scooby-Doo to be chewing bones, please. What's your dog's name again?
Diamond.
I'm not Diamond. Don't look like Diamond. No. You want to remove your teeth and brush it with Pepsodent afterwards. It's cavity fighter. And I want to tell you about that quickly because brushing your teeth morning and evening after a good meal is very important, because if you don't, tooth decay, gum disease, foul breath all staring at you in your mouth, if you ask me. It is fortified with pro-fluoride and micro-calcium ingredients that will help prevent tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. If you brush your teeth morning and evening with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, it will protect your teeth and it would leave your teeth 10 times stronger. Can crack bones. Yes, it comes in various pack sizes: 175, 120, 65, and 12 gram sachets as well. So you can always get what you can afford at any time. Don't just use toothpaste, use Pepsodent that protects your teeth. So, Doc, into our convos at 11 minutes past 9. Now, also the crown and I know a lot of people low-key have acquired, is it a sickness, an illness, a virus, a bacteria, a disease? What is it?
So when we say an ulcer, it's basically a sore, for lack of a better word, a sore
inside your body, or
so it can be anywhere. It can be on the surface of your skin.
Oh,
if it forms, so it's an ulcer. If it forms on your skin, it's an ulcer. But when it forms in your
sorry, Doc, is there a type of wound on your skin that's an ulcer or anything?
Basically, so it's sort of caused by either an erosion of the skin, can cause an ulcer, or damage to the skin surface.
Okay, an erosion of the skin. So when we're kids and we used to play a lot, we always fall down and then scrapes.
Yes, it's not an ulcer.
That one is not an ulcer.
It's not an ulcer.
Okay.
So that was you call it as bruises, scrapes. Okay. Yes, but for an ulcer, it has to have like a defined edge.
Okay.
It's so it has a defined edge, has borders, it has a depression.
Oh.
So as we go on, I'll show you an image of the stages of an ulcer, how we stage it.
Okay.
So the deeper it goes, it damages, like you have layers of skin. So as it goes further, then you can stage it at where it is, right? Now, as I said, ulcer, wherever it's formed is what you term it as. So if it forms in today what we are discussing basically is peptic ulcer.
Okay. So there are types.
Yeah, types.
Okay.
So what we are doing with peptic ulcer, which is formed in the lining of the stomach or the first part of the intestine, which is the duodenum.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So it can form either in your stomach lining or at that point. The issue with ulcer, why its prevalence is simple. Imagine this. The enzymes that we produce, the acids that we produce in our stomach, is supposed to break down protein. Yes. In the absence of protein, this acid is going to sit there. The closest thing to protein is your muscle and your organs. They are also made up of protein.
Oh, okay.
Right. So in God, in his own wisdom, when he made the stomach, he knew that the acid will be reacting with the protein. So he made a thin film, which is a mucous membrane that shields the acid from reacting with the protein walls of your stomach. In the issue where there's an erosion of that mucus, that shield. So imagine if you have a sort of like a paint on your wall.
Yes.
If I want to access the cement behind it, I need to actually scrape the paint. So when the paint goes off, it means water can have direct contact with your cement.
Yes.
Basically, that's how it is.
Okay. So direct contact of these acids, when there's no protein wall.
Yes. So there's no mucous membrane.
Membrane. Yes.
So when there's no mucous membrane and it wears off and the acid starts reacting to your protein, it starts to cause a wound, which is the sore.
Okay.
Now this sore is not just there. The sore also starts getting infected with H. pylori, which is a bacteria that infects that same wound. So the same thing, like you have a skin infection, we tell you that treat the wound well, or else you have an bacteria invading the same place. The issue with ulcer is that when that bacteria invades that place, it starts to prevent the wound from healing, making it worse and worse.
Okay, I get it.
So the idea becomes that, imagine this, that you've not eaten yet, right? I'm sending, your body starts producing acid, or you see food, you're in a restaurant, your body starts sending acid, thinking food is coming. It goes there, the acid is also just going to sit and wait maybe for your food to come. It goes there, there's already a hole. It's just going to start reacting with that wound, which will start making you get the pain, the abdominal pain you get when you're hungry.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Right.
Now, sorry, Lenia, please. I wanted to ask about how the walls, these mucus walls, get eroded. It's nearly
Miracles.
All right, if a producer, there's an image on my slide. I think.
Yes.
Let me tell her which one it is.
Yes.
She can-
How these these
the
walls gets
The 18th slide. The 18th slide.
All right, so we'll go to the 18th
Yeah.
slide. Where how
So-
these walls get eroded.
So, as I mentioned earlier, those mucous membranes. Hey, God.
Ulcer of the mouth.
All right, so that's the layers of your stomach wall. So you start from the mucosa, which you see is like hair-like projections. It's rough. So that's what causes the food to come in contact with food, because it creates a large surface area, right? Now we have the submucosa. They have the muscle layers. Then you have the serosa. Please
So,
go
Doc,
to
are we looking at it from inside the
inside now.
The
Inside.
tummy
The
is
tummy,
outside.
the cross section of the
So mucosa is inside.
yes.
And then the layer outside the serosa.
Yeah, so if you start
It
from the
sounds
outside,
like a certain school like St. Peter's
Sperosa.
Sperosa.
St. Peter's and Roses. Okay.
So if you start from the outside, then we will probably say it's the serosa first, then muscle layers, then submucosa, then mucosa.
Okay, so now that I've eaten bread and egg this morning, it's sitting with the mucosa.
Mucosa, right, lining. It's
Yeah,
reactive, yes.
Charlie. All
So
right. Okay.
now, if you go to the next, please, yes. No, let's,
Before.
Is it after?
Okay, so we'll see if the next image, we'll try to
Also,
get the next.
this is also trying to tell us where the ulcers are formed. As I mentioned, the duodenum, you see where it is? The beginning of the intestine, then you have the stomach walls. We have the stomach ulcers in their
Okay.
position. You see, they've eaten away the mucosa, and now you are exposing the submucosa. Some also expose the muscle layers.
Okay, so I'm told in the slide you shared, we have only two images in there. You might want to just reshare them. But looking at where these sores have been formed, is there something that triggers? Is there something in particular, Doc, that triggers the where these sores happen? Like, I don't know, even if you understand what I'm saying, or they can just happen anywhere, and based on where it happens.
Yeah, it can happen anywhere.
Okay.
Because of the position of the stomach, if you look at the way it is, it means fluid comes to sit somewhere. So the more fluid you have there, so those areas usually have the prevalence of the ulcers, right? Because it's like a bean bag.
Yeah.
So the base of it is where most ulcers occur. The problem with ulcers is that people have always thought that having an ulcer means that the person is not eating.
Yeah, that's been the myth.
And that will even bring us to even causes.
Okay.
Most of the ulcers that are caused in Ghana here are due to NSAIDs.
Doc, please, what's that? This one, he didn't know that one.
NSAIDs. So there are drugs that we use mostly. I'll call them painkillers, non-steroidal painkillers. For
Over-the-counter drugs?
drugs, the ibuprofens that you buy, these cause
Residue.
ulcers.
Yes,
The side
I find
effects
it
are ulcers.
interesting. I watched a short documentary on TikTok about ibuprofen, and it had a lot of misuse, if I can say.
Yes.
Abuse.
Abuse.
Yes.
Yes, we use them wrongly, and I was surprised. But talking about these over-the-counter drugs, can you shed a bit more light on it and how that causes ulcers?
So when we talk about ulcers, the first one that we comes to mind is what I mentioned: Helicobacter bacteria, which is H. pylori.
Okay.
Right. So this is what infects the wound and causes not to heal. And so usually when we are testing for ulcer, we take your stool sample, right? Because the stool would have come in contact with H. pylori. We look at the range. How much of it do you have?
Yes.
H. pylori, we get in contact with H. pylori because of the water we drink. The water, the foods that we
Same
eat,
water.
they're not hygienic. You
Same
get it.
water.
So yes, the same water and the food that we eat can bring in H. pylori.
Wow.
But
before
the H. pylori can be
galamsey
walking around. You can be walking around
Even before galamsey
before
started.
galamsey. Yes.
But I mean, they then quench my water crowd, so they are saving me crowd from my water not the flow crowd, so it be school.
Boba.
Then you have like drugs like aspirin. Somebody has a headache, he picks an aspirin. Somebody has a joint pain, he picks ibuprofen. Then you have excess acid production. Some people's bodies produce too much acid. Then you have people with the one that we talk about every time from the beginning of the year to now, stress.
Wow.
So we have something called stress ulcers.
Stress causes.
Yes, we have
Stress
stress ulcers.
ulcers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stress can cause you to have ulcer. Poor diet. That's the one most people attribute to ulcers.
So Doc, wait. So we have been sitting here thinking that poor diet is like the major
No, it's
contributor
not.
to
No, it's
ulcer,
actually- no,
and it's even not even
close.
Wow.
That means every Ghanaian is a candidate for us.
So 1 out of 10 people has ulcer. to a certain degree, or has had it before. So you take like 10 people, even most of them would have told you that they've experienced ulcer or indigestion of one form or the other, but probably healed.
And they didn't know.
Because the way it works, it comes with abdominal pain. You take they take Martin's liver salt. Sorry, not to use a brand name, but you take an antacid.
Yeah.
You are fine. You eat, you keep going, and maybe your diet changes and you are better for it, or your stress level reduces, so you get better, you heal.
Yeah.
Right? Then you will move on from it. But when you exacerbate it by things like alcohol consumption, smoking,
So it's gotta be alcohol, huh?
that's why they tell you not to take alcohol on an empty stomach. Because it's hard itself, and then you have the acid reactive, so you're actually you're increasing the pH.
So, Doc, for the ladies, I'm more concerned and interested in the ladies who have abdominal cramps, excruciating ones, who have to resort to this ibuprofen and all this. Sometimes it's not like you don't want them to take it, but sometimes you need to also understand that they are going through pain and they have to resort to that, because I've been faced with things like that where I'm concerned about the number of dosages that are being taken to numb the cramps, and you don't want to be inconsiderate or say be out of touch with their reality, because obviously I have not dealt with cramps before. I don't know what goes on in their body when that reason of an excuse is established. How do we encourage our sisters or our loved ones to say, you know what, maybe you should find something else to take and not, how do we make a case
for them
to avoid, because if you're going to be taking this brufen thing and after we have to come and deal with the after effects of the residue, then you're quite answer by it.
So I get your point. So it's a balancing act, because some have cramps, their severity to it. Some get so bad that you have to hospitalize them and put them on IV pain medicines.
Crazy.
Some also will tell you that when I put a warm bag or warm compress on my abdomen, it feels better. So you have graduating pain to it. Now with the painkiller use and abuse, actually, because it got to a point, some are actually, they take 4 because 2 is not working anymore. So they are increasing the dosage. If you're going to take painkillers, I prefer that a doctor advise you on what to do, because we can switch. There are variations of painkillers.
Okay.
We can switch per what your body demands. If we see that you have an ulcer or a history of ulcer, there's no way we won't put you on NSAIDs. We'll never put you on NSAIDs.
On painkillers?
No, there are different types of painkillers.
But the one you mentioned is what? Estate?
NSAIDs.
NSAIDs.
They are non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory.
Doc, you have to break it down for us now. I heard estate, so I was going to think that maybe.
So it's an abbreviation. It's NSAIDs, so non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. NSAIDs. Like aid.
Yeah, NSAIDs.
Yeah, so NSAIDs.
Yeah.
So like aspirin and
ibuprofen.
So another time we have to do a topic on classification of like painkillers, what they are, like what. So because you've heard of tramadol, it's a painkiller.
Yeah,
it has a different class.
Estate. Okay. So there are types of painkillers. Please, let's note that down as a conversation.
There are types of painkillers, and each for its own. If you have a muscle pain, like muscle cramp or muscle pain, there's a different type of painkiller we might give you for that.
Okay.
So, Doc,
so you start seeing that somebody has a pain, we tell you diclofenac.
Yes.
So it works for muscle.
Yes.
There's some that work maybe if you have a pain in the bones or the joints. There's some that work there. There's some that work in blood vessels.
Okay. So my friend 2 days ago said he had a neck pain and he took paracetamol. So wrong thing.
It could work, but not the degree.
Para is a utility player, right?
Yes. So for example, if you have ulcer, para is the least that you can take without it affecting your ulcer a bit.
Right.
So it's like
but some also argue that these other meds they take have paracetamol in them.
Yes,
so
some have, because some is a combination.
Okay, I beg to ask, paracetamol, I know we're not talking about painkillers, but paracetamol, is it a type of painkiller or is it a brand name?
It's a constituent.
Is it a brand name?
No, it's a constituent.
Like the way every detergent is Omo.
Yes, no, it's a constituent of a drug.
No, I mean, just to add
so diclofenac example has paracetamol.
Have it of Panadol.
Yes.
It contains paracetamol.
Okay, so paracetamol is something.
So diclofenac is another name of a drug.
Okay.
Not the brand name.
Okay. So it's just like the way antisinate
chloroquine. It has artesunate. It has amodiaquine. Okay. Then we brand it and say Lufat, whatever it is. You get it.
Okay.
So usually when we write and we want you to get a drug and we feel the brand doesn't matter, we sometimes might write a drug itself. It's constituent. and the dose.
Right.
Right. So we can write tramadol this amount, this milligrams or whatever it is, right? IV taken this way, but we may not write the brand name because probably in this case these companies from everybody is producing something, right? Because if you say painkillers, right? You have FPAC. It's a paracetamol. Zebidol is one. Tylenol is the all you are hearing there. Paracetamol, all. So the all, this is the all family.
Mostly non-opioids.
Yes.
Swachimotamol.
Yes.
Achimol.
When you have a headache, go and swallow
Achimol.
Then when you finish, you drink Poquazi on it.
Doc, usually
You wanted to complete.
Dog, when we do mental health, so that we can focus.
goes on G.
I just wanted to complete the over-the-counter.
No, so the over-the-counter, we take it for everything.
Okay.
I write a drug for you. Probably you had severe migraine, so we're taking you off paracetamol.
No, thanks for that recommendation.
Yes.
For mine.
Yes. So I changed it because of what you said.
Yes.
So I changed the switch and gave something else, and it worked. By God's grace, it worked.
In 3 days.
So that doesn't mean that every time you get to go and take it.
I already recommended it.
You see, so that's the issue I have. We do a recommendation for somebody. We change the switches, right? The person come tell you that, oh, this is I take this, it's not working for me, and he will say, "Have you tried this? It's not working for you." Say, oh, then try this. No, then try this because I used to be on this. It didn't work, and they switched to this. So let me. Then that's where the problem starts.
Because when I went to the pharmacy, I said, "You have flu rest." I don't want flu rest. I want the particular one.
Yes. So
it worked. So
yes, it worked. So. And even when I was telling him, I advised him that when you get better at this point, quit it.
Well, I finished the course.
Yes, so
I
I'm
was
good.
done.
Yeah. Some people, I tell them, if you have ulcer, and I tell you that we get to a certain point, quit it. So we manage per day.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
Wow. I'm sorry.
Doc, when
No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Mothers are doing it.
It's in my cow.
Please go ahead.
Sometimes when you haven't eaten the whole day and then you eat, there's some
food and sugars get trapped in your teeth.
There's some unrest, you know, in your stomach. What causes that as well? And then also they'll say that if you've not eaten for the most part of the day, you should drink water first before you eat. So the cause and then the reasoning behind
the water.
All
right, so let's take the water first. Okay. Right. Basically, I mentioned that the acid goes to sit there as you go out through the day. You be smelling certain things, you start salivating and all that. It's all a trigger mechanism that you're telling the body that food is coming. So they are preparing the place for breaking down all that food you're about to eat. The food doesn't show up. What does acid do? It stays.
Okay.
Right? It stays. Now you're about to eat. The acid is there. It's so concentrated. So the idea is that by drinking water, you're actually creating a diluting factor.
Okay.
You are diluting the amount of acid that is there before the food comes in. The next question was, you had the second.
The cause of the pain.
The pain is
when you don't drink the water, and then why the pain starts after eating.
So I'm going to show you a slide.
Okay.
Number 9, the 19th slide.
19th slide.
So
okay.
I'll explain.
All right, we'll put that up.
We put it up there. I'll explain. So when we started talking about ulcers, right, there are 2 types.
Okay.
And to differentiate where the ulcer is, we use food.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. So in one of the ulcers, I would ask you a question like, when you eat, when you have that pain that you're talking about, when you eat, does it get better? And you'll be like, nah, it doesn't get better. It actually gets worse. Right? The reason it gets worse is because as soon as the food drops in, you have maybe some strictures or some lesions or some sores there. They might not be big, but very small. As soon as food arrives, your body starts to move. It's called peristaltic movement. It starts to move. The cilia-like projections you saw will start to move around like a waveform, trying to compress the food, crush the food, mix it together with saliva. You know that whole process? That whole process is reacting the acid with the pain, the sores.
Okay.
So it's causing you more pain to have eaten. Whereas if you're just lying still, if you're lying still, you'll have been fine. Right?
Yeah.
Now the second ulcer is the one that I tell you that when you eat, you say it gets better, but after a few hours, 2 to 3 hours, it gets worse.
Yeah. I don't know if on the screen.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So so it's going to be fast. So the left side is our duodenal ulcers, right? And then our right side is the gastric ulcer. Now, you see the location. It's the first part of the small intestine, right? It causes H. pylori, the painkillers we mentioned about the NSAIDs, right? The excess acid and then stress. Your symptom starts with burning abdominal pain. You feel like nauseous, feel like vomiting, and then you're having weight loss that you can't explain. When you have this kind of ulcer, its location is upper abdominal pain, often in the epigastric region. It means that a bit closer above the umbilicus and a bit closer to your diaphragm. So it feels like something is there. You push your hand against it, it feels like something is there. There's nothing there. It's just the acidized reflux is coming up. Then you have the patient will tell you that the pain worsens at night, but it's relieved by eating 2 to 3 hours after meals. So the food is actually helping because it's giving the acid something to work on. We're not focusing on your source, right? When you move, its complications are also the bleeding, perforation. Now, the perforation is there. When I was talking about the types of ulcers that we have and the stages, I was talking about how deep it can go. Sometimes it can go so deep that it will perforate and enter. There will be a hole. So now gastric contents will be entering your abdomen.
Sheesh.
And that one, the only treatment is surgical. You have to go in there and close it.
That's
so we are taking ulcer like this for on a surface, but it can get so bad that because it's like a gully erosion or water that is pouring somewhere. The more it keeps eating.
Yeah.
So it becomes an open wound. You eat your acid, everything just one. Then the whole abdomen is now very sensitive.
Is there any risk for sepsis?
Very high risk of sepsis.
Please, what's sepsis?
Infection.
What is it?
So
You don't respect the athletes in the building. This is Doc. Is that what
So-
about?
so
what
your
about
own
Well, I've gone to your medical school. I come to this.
No, what about so?
Yeah, please.
Doc, is there Bahamas in it?
There's raspulate.
So basically, your body's waste is also pouring into your abdomen. It's causing. So you start having sepsis. You have gangrenous. You say it's greenish. You open the person's abdomen, it's smelling, and all that. This how I've said. If you open the person's abdomen, you might not understand there, because everything is everywhere.
And the dog go near
Rotting.
Yes, because it starts rotting. Because the design of the abdomen is very sterile, highly sterile environment. The abdomen, we don't just open it for opening sake. Every time you open somewhere, there's a risk of infection. That's the first thing. Because the area is so sterile that the organs all are separate in their own way. That's why I said that if you want to do, let's say you are having a situation where you want to get rid of something, you take it to pass a different place.
So okay,
And then when you look at the other one,
Yeah,
then you
that's
that's when people can complain heartburn.
okay.
I said bijam eboso, the burping, farting, bloating. All these are signs of ulcers.
Hey.
So it's a progression. You start with indigestion, you're just burping. That's it.
Is it
We'll take
possible
an
to get
antacid.
an ulcer without the pain?
Sorry, your microphone. Yeah.
Thank you for putting me off the first time.
No, I just lowered it.
Yes. Is it possible to have the ulcer without the pain?
No,
Okay.
no. As soon as it's a sore, pain is going to start because nerves are involved. And as soon as that happens, your stomach also doesn't lie idle, right? It keeps moving,
Yeah,
trying to
it's
mix
working.
food up and do it and push food away. Because it's a system that you don't control.
Yeah.
As soon as you swallow, the whole swallowing movement, the food moving up through the
There's a
esophagus,
machine.
is a system in place that is moving this along. That's why we always say that if food stays too long in that pipeline, you get constipation. If it passes too quickly, you get diarrhea.
So perfect timing.
It's a timing.
So I don't want to drift off, but for those people who can't take milk and how it triggers diarrhea, in the same food
Lactose.
pattern,
That's the whole. They don't have the
Okay.
enzymes to break down milk.
oh, they slack. Okay.
No, so are you saying that, still on his question, are you saying that those who eventually do take milk, the enzymes have been built?
Yeah, they build the enzymes, but the thing is that at a certain age, you don't need milk anymore.
Oh, Doc, what are you saying?
Yeah,
At what age don't you need milk?
Doc, I've been eating my Gary and
At what age
There's a
don't
whole
you
process there. After a while, you're just getting fat and other things, but the main enzymes like the lactose and all that are supposed to get. It's just you've passed that stage.
So what you're
At
saying
what
that
age, please?
Long time.
Because
No, let me
answer the question
Let me,
for you.
yeah,
Apart
no,
Let me answer the age
I just
question.
want to
Let me
know.
answer the age question for you. Have you ever seen a milk commercial that is not advertising to young kids?
Yeah, we understand that bit.
So
We
that is the
understand.
age.
Yeah, but
if
we
you don't
understand.
see yourself in the advert, you are too old.
But there's mother in the adverts.
But
The mother drink it.
The mother will
She do
taste
it
it small.
Taste.
Oh, my mother tastes everything small. That's how you ended up here.
No, so dog, when you say when you say you've passed that age, what are you saying? Are you saying that when I take the milk,
So the ideally milk you was for what? Growth and bone density.
Yeah.
The calcium and everything. That's the whole design for it, right? And then proteins and a bit of your recommended daily intake was 1 to 2 cups.
Okay.
Right. Now
there are no better 3-4 cups.
so they'll tell you that milk consumption may not be necessary for everyone, right? Because calcium stuff, you get calcium from other places,
Yeah.
right? So you don't then. So right now it's just passing through your system. The nutritional this one of milk for you right now is reduced because protein already you're getting protein from your meat and other things.
So okay, you know
The reason why milk was designed, right, is because of the soft nature of milk for a child's tummy.
Okay.
The body is able to his system is not developed to our
doesn't
level.
suffer to break it
They
down.
suffer to break it down to get whatever it needs quickly. You on the other hand,
aren't
you
there types of
went
milk?
to a PhD. You want to do 1 plus 1.
Aren't there types of
So
milk?
we are confusing two things. Here. There's milk from your mother, which has the essential
Antibodies and everything.
We are still
Then
not
there's
picking
the
you
milk.
properly. Yeah.
Hello.
No, I think it's because it's tilted. Yeah, you might want to straighten.
I just want to let you know. Is it clear?
Yeah, we'll manage it afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Two. So yes, I was saying that Doc might clarify, but I think there's 2 milks. There's the milk that mother and child milk. Then there's the milk you buy in the shop.
And even that one, there's 2. Milk, animal milk, and then the
there's
plant-based milk.
and all those things. The one that you buy in the shop to mix and drink because life is good. At that time, majority of the things that the milk is supposed to do for you, your body has stopped needing it. Like the bone density, the formation, your bone structure, your teeth, all those things. No, your teeth already finished. You just leave your
So it's
mouth.
like eating willy.
It's eating
Basically.
willy. It's a liquid willy. An enjoyable chilled
Those of
glass
you-
of liquid
Yes.
willy.
How about the plant-based ones? Because
All of it is willy, bro.
because those are
Whatever you are getting from that soy milk, you could have got from soy something else.
no, because I'm asking because those are also marketed to adults where
Yes, yeah, they
The
can handle.
things marketed to us.
No,
there,
because they can't handle. Those people can't
It's what
handle
you're saying
animal.
is not-
They can't
Yeah.
handle animal. So the recommended was if you
Yeah.
can't handle animal, you need to take your cornflakes or whatever it is. Then use soy or coconut milk.
a lot of
almond
foods
milk.
we buy are complementary. Now
yes.
imagine that there would be no cereal industry, which is multi-billion-dollar industry. There will be no cereal, cookies, biscuit industry if there wasn't a warm glass
Of milk.
of milk.
yeah.
So you are just thinking about buying milk, but the milk had to be created, marketed, and you had to be convinced that it is essential to you so that they can sell you something flakes,
What if-
which is also sugar and just processed carbs that you don't need anyway.
Well, because I was asking, what if the milk is then converted or translated to something else?
No, you see, when you enter a
Cheese.
supermarket,
Cheese.
Cheese.
yes, when you enter a
Or even
supermarket, you can
pancakes.
buy anything you have. Like,
So is supposed
the
as you
same
said.
thing.
So it's the same thing.
But what they are saying,
Yeah. So it's
the
basically,
same thing.
for example,
So pancakes are willy too.
pancakes.
No,
Fly this is
carbs.
carbohydrate
Carbs.
carbs.
No, not entirely.
Not
because
entirely
it's a
carbs.
mixture
You have your
of a
carbs, a
lot
mixture of a lot of
Sugar.
things. You have your egg in there.
Okay,
So you are
okay.
getting something from the egg too.
Okay, so
protein based.
so doc, so if I'm drinking tea and bread and egg, that means the milk is going to work together now.
no,
Oh yeah, what you just doing? They soften the blow.
your body, and you know your body separates. Your body is not going to process wache. Your body is going to process beans, going to process
Rice.
rice,
Rice,
it's going to
yeah.
process
Vitamins
oil,
and-
it's going to process this. So how you mix it? If you like blend it and drink, your body
You
will
still
still
separate
separate it. So don't convince
And
yourself.
then make the agina.
Well, all
Milk-
these,
milk need the
all
egg fresh.
these things we mentioned.
No, as you are
later
going on, right?
Yeah.
Well, as we go on, the milk will translate to when somebody is being treated for ulcer, right? There are certain foods we tell you not to take,
Okay.
right?Avoid this, take this, avoid because when you get to ulcer stage, a lot of foods react with you. They irritate you. They make it uncomfortable.
As soon as it enters your stomach, then
Whoa, if somebody has had it, you've not had one before.
I don't. At this point, I don't even know if we've had it before.
Yeah.
Or not,
Ah.
because what the symptoms you are sharing?
Because it gets to a point where a certain position that you lie is better. You can lie in a certain position, and that's
maybe they will.
yes. And then you have heart burns.
Yeah.
That's a big job also.
Yeah.
Then it's hard. Yo, that's like Makuma Emia. People explain that
Doc,
Makuma Emia, but it's
are
not.
you saying that when you have, okay, when you have this excruciating pain in your tummy, where you are now looking for a perfect place
To lie, yeah,
lie
that's
on.
yeah, that's one of
also-
it, yeah. So the indigestion will come with it, where you start burping, like
and it
you
leads
start
to
farting,
you
bloating.
being, you want to puke.
Yes, the nausea. You see, I mentioned it. The nausea. You feel like and you feel like someone will tell you, if I vomit, I'll be okay.
Yes.
I realized
yes.
like I feel like if I
It's like
actually
when you sit on the stool to, you realize that after it is done, you start breathing well. So that means some of the tummy aches
they are not just what tummy aches. So some could even be food poisoning. Some of the salads that we eat and the mixtures, some of the salads have sat in the fridge. Some people tell you that they put the salad 2 days ago, and no problem about now people that act account. And the man is
sitting next to you.
Yeah.
He's sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Me.
Yes.
Have you seen me eat a salad before?
No.
Yes. Doc, like I think Monday or so, or some day we were chopping watching salad, nyafu, yesterday.
Egg.
Nyafu.
but please
Don't mind them cereal.
But please don't
I've seen
do-
all of you. I hope God so good you will not be eating near me, so that I can show the world who
Charlie,
you are.
they say you're preaching good. They need your number.
Yeah, someone was asking, Obi Juice is asking that there's a study that H. pylori bacteria is getting resistant in today's antibiotics. As what's the alternative?
So we there are therapies. We do combination therapies where we combine certain drugs.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, when we take your sample, we can test it against certain drugs to see if it will be effective against it. We call it culture. We culture the bacteria and test drugs against it. And the one that works, then we use it for you. Right. That's why we've always been advocating the abuse of antibiotics. Be careful. Because as you said, at the time in which he might need it, maybe that antibiotic that's supposed to fight it, that actually has gotten, he has got his marker down already. So I know you already. Yeah. You get it. Whereas you and I, who probably we don't abuse it much, when he sees the basic antibiotic, like, Charlie, this guy.
So Doc, you mentioned that we'll zone into peptic ulcer, and
we broke peptic ulcer down into the gastric, and then we have the duodenal.
Okay, so just before you continue, there's the drug, branded drug called Peptol.
Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol, yes. Has it got anything to do with this situation?
It's an antacid.
Okay.
It's an antacid.
It has nothing to do with ulcer per se.
No, it
has everything.
It has everything to do. It relieves because we are talking about acid.
Yes.
So what it goes is that it causes it to neutralize the acid.
Yes.
So it eases your heartburns, your indigestion, the bloating.
Because I've drunk some before in a certain crisis that I had at dawn.
And it worked.
Yes, it was terrible.
So usually people who are treating ulcer, we tell them to have it on them.
We
have various forms of antacids with them. You remember G?
Yeah, G, yeah.
So most people who have ulcer, they have G in their bag.
But where did G go, bro?
It's still there. It just underwent a different name.
Branding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when you take it to the tab, it has a G
G
on the
was a
tab.
legend, man.
What would you say the difference?
Okay. Yeah, finish up.
What would you say the difference is between the ulcer and acid reflux? Because I think that sometimes with some people they'll be diagnosed with acid reflux and then later they would say
graduated
that it
to
has
ulcer.
become
ulcer. Yeah, so you mentioned I told you acid, right? You mentioned that somebody is producing excess acid.
Yeah.
That person could, without management or treatment, can lead the person because it starts wearing the lining of the stomach.
Okay.
So that person will be probably on antacid for a while. So every time for the acid reflux.
Okay.
Because the person will be burping a lot. Drink. So somebody like that will have to avoid any drink that is carbonated. Because you already have an issue. You want to add carbonation to it, right? So if you don't work on some of these things, or those who are even doing ulcer treatment, when they don't follow through, I always used to say this: when we give a treatment, we give a duration. When you are done with the medication, the best thing to do is report back for us to do the test to confirm whether the H. pylori levels have gone down. But most people think I'm better; they stop. I always tell people that ulcer management is a long term. It's you and your doctor going through it stage by stage, because it comes with diet. It comes with stress, like reducing the amount of stress. So if the stress, we all know, like the way we work, stress is not going. So it means that we have to do with the diet. And with diet, people think it's food. Those who think it's food, ulcer, actually, the best way to go about it is to eat in portions.
Okay.
So you always have to have like a cracker or a biscuit, something in your bag.
Right.
At no point in time should you give acid chance to react with the walls of your stomach. They should always be reacting with food. So every time you feel, if like intervals, chew a biscuit. It gives I call it a distraction.
Okay.
You distract it.
Okay.
You try the enzymes and all those acids to focus on focus here, whilst you blindly heal.
No, it's more tactics.
It's a tactics.
So
In the younger Benkuna and be 4 no, or within that sitting, you have to reduce the static like 1, 2 hours later.
What happens when you go beyond that? Because obviously, if it's looking for something to feed on, and I have a bowl of banku, I want to finish it. Why should I eat it in smaller?
The reason we're trying
portions?
to, I mentioned that the walls of the stomach will start wanting to mix that food, right? With the saliva and all that cause that reaction to keep going. So it's massaging the food and sort of like that need though.
Yeah.
You have increased the amount of food in there. Mean what? More acid.
More acid. Juman bedding.
Yeah, one bedding. So we tell you that kakaraka, moderation.
Okay.
So does it? Do you ever? Because I've heard other people say that when you get ulcer, that's it. You have to manage it to a point where religion plays a role in it, such that prayers are being had
for people
or made for people who have ulcer for their instant healing, where they need to be restored back to the place where they didn't have challenges with
I have nothing against prayer, but prayer works hand in hand with medicine.
That's
fair.
If that's is it
it can get to a point.
So where
that's because
for the rest of their life.
Yes, people have had it for the rest of their life because they are not managing it. They are not listening. They said, like as I mentioned, you start 3 days into the course, right? You are taking your antacids, you are taking your antibiotics, it's going well.
Yes,
all of a sudden you eat some banku somewhere, no pain.
Straight.
He thinks, now I can step on the accelerator, let me go. Then he keeps going, adds alcohol, other things to it. Then the things that we say don't do. They start doing it. Then it's not going. Then they come back to us and we tell them, are you doing what? And they'll lie.
The biggest treatment for ulcer is discipline.
It's discipline. If you don't have it, don't start.
Okay.
So some people would say that they have ulcer, so they are supposed to eat about 8 times.
Yes, in portions.
8 times.
It's not necessarily the number.
A portion too.
In this economy,
just they have to eat. Yeah,
like a
their normal meals
no,
8 times
no.
a day to fill it up.
No.
I'm specific with the 8 times because I know someone who says that she has ulcer and she has to eat that number of times a day. It doesn't have to be just main meals, right? Just a combination of.
So that's what we're talking about.
Main meals,
never
food.
Empty. Never empty. The stomach should never be empty. Never give the acid or the enzymes a chance to work on the soil.
That means if you get ulcer in this economy,
yes,
because
so
8 times a day they will move.
So the problem with ulcer
Or
is
maybe the person is just a foodie as well.
yeah, the person use the advantage to just the problem with ulcer is that it's location.
Okay.
If you have a sore on your hand, I can keep it dry. I can
Right.
keep it away. I can keep it dry. I can keep it away from
Water,
I can put a
liquids.
gauze on it and protect it. Look at where it is. Ulcer is the sore is. It's somewhere where there's constant fluid. There's moisture there. It's never dry.
In a sea of acid.
It's in a sea of acid and enzymes and
Even
everything.
your saliva safe.
Great.
They go there.
Yeah. So for it to heal, you either to take a lot of time, a lot of distraction, like a lot of like reducing the acid level, and so if you are going to, that's what we tell them. If you're going to eat it in portions, like kakaraha, right? There's an image if they'll show. We have a table where it shows eat this, don't eat that. I always send it to people who have ulcer.
Okay.
Because they find it difficult identifying what and what not to. So I send it to them.
I have a question here from someone doing the watching at Knee Hair Salon, Kwashiman, opposite the MPP office. She's asking, can someone who is treating gastric acid ulcer take apple cider vinegar gummies?
No.
Hey,
No.
apple cider vinegar gummies.
He just went the apple cider already, then vinegar.
Cider.
Then gummies.
What is it?
Gummies near out of
No, this is for health reasons. as
for
well.
health
The
reasons.
apple
It's
cider,
but you can't do what you're treating ulcer. So we take you off some of this. If you're on a dietary plan, like you're on a diet where you're trying to lose weight and all that, we tell you to go off it for a bit. I always advise people that if you want to lose weight, there are ways to go about it. You can try to use diet. You can eat all right, but it just has to be in moderation.
What about fruits?
Sorry,
Fruits are not good, but not
citrus.
citrus.
Ask a follow-up question
Yeah,
from Salome.
No, this is a direct question from
I'm
Because
sorry,
we were
Commissioner.
talking about food, I wanted to also
Go on,
find
go on,
out which food to stay
I wish I
away
should have
from
chat.
and which food
So
to
they were
Is
having
there
a
chat here?
challenge. They were
Also-
having a challenge.
Okay.
okay.
All right. Let me
which
try reading
foods
from
to
my end.
also
Okay.
eat as well.
All right. So number one that I want you to avoid. So I'm going to say what you can eat. All right. So you can eat fruits such as banana, right? You can eat fruits such as apple because the acid content, the citric acid in there
Very
is
low.
lower,
very low.
right? So orange is on the high side, pineapple is on the high side.
New orange, they
They are on the sort of high side.
pineapple
Pineapple
as
are the high side, right?
Stop.
Then you can take lean meats, which you won't get.
That's what I'm saying. When you're also a chroma, I want to show you.
So you might also go for liver. Liver is okay. Chopped liver, animal liver is fine. Whole soy foods, there. Fish and seafood is great.
Okay.
Seafood is great because low cholesterol, low fat, low oils is really good. Vegetables are great. Like there we go. So we have eat, right? So we have healthy fats like avocado, aka pear.
What I'm looking for is not inside the eat.
Then we have some herbs and spices are also good for the
Herbs,
digestion. And spice, natural herbs and spices.
Natural
Herbs and spices, please. Please. The herbs I'm talking about. Some boys are smiling. No. Anything you are putting in your cake or your what's that called? Those cakes.
The brownies.
The brownies. That's not what I'm talking about.
You should have added. Is there two missing elements? A man and woman.
Herbs.
Huh?
So then
Herbs and spices.
you see alcohol is there.
Yes.
That's first.
To
No
avoid.
go. Coffee.
Wait.
Caffeine. No.
3 in 1.
You see the caffeine, they've written coffee there, which contains caffeine in its natural state, and they have processed caffeine
Yes.
in our sodas, and
Yeah.
then we have milk or cream. You see,
Wow, you can't even. Wait, the cream here. Which of the creams here? Mayonnaise
any of them,
or butter?
all of them, milk and cream. Fatty meats. So it takes too much time for some of these things to break down. That's why we don't want them. We want the ones that right. So anything that's gentle on the stomach.
You can't eat pork.
Yeah, forget that. Fried foods, forget that.
But the milk or cream and fermented dairy. So the fermented dairy,
Yogurt.
Dairy product is in
Yogurt.
Okay, you can have yogurt, but you can't have.
You can't have pure milk condensed in this form or
Okay,
So I can have Greek yogurt.
You can have Greek yogurt,
Lovely.
right? Because it contains probiotics,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Heavily spiced food.
Heavily spiced foods.
Like
You don't know what I'm talking about.
spaghetti.
Yeah. They wait.
Indomie with the cube.
oh.
Indomie with the cube.
Oh, bro.
And so what
With
you
the
watching
plenty-
Kusiana for cube
plenty
about
pepper.
They can noodles.
salty foods.
Noodles.
Those who have been adding extra salt to their foods. Salty foods.
I've never understood why people do that.
Yes, I still
I
don't
know
get
their
that.
obsession.
I don't even know why.
Without cooking it.
I don't even know why restaurants.
Is that what
they
you
bring
mean?
people- No,
Like when it's done, like when the food is
you know,
done,
the food is done.
then
Person
the
actually
food gets
Oh, I think it's taste preferences because some people don't, taste the deliciousness of whatever food.
When they
so
get with that, they'll
want
get to us.
Look, I see tomatoes.
You tell you stop taking salt.
I see tomatoes and chocolate and avoid.
Yes,
Why
because
tomatoes? Why chocolate?
tomatoes citric acid.
Okay.
chocolate.
Right. Chocolate, there we don't even talk about that.
So
Why?
regardless of the
No,
type,
chocolate is caffeine. You know, chocolate is caffeine, right? Chocolate contains caffeine and milk,
Okay.
so it still falls under one of them, right? Chocolate is healthy for your body. Good chocolate. You know, I want to say this. I always want to say it carefully. Good chocolate.
Yeah.
The dark one.
Dark
Yeah,
chocolate.
dark chocolate is really good.
So, Doc, why not jollof sitting all this?
Oh, jollof is what?
rice and stew remix.
Yeah, so you can eat jollof, it's fine. But I told you that it depends on the severity. You can test yourself against acid. There's some foods that you know that if you eat,
It will trigger it.
it will trigger it the more.
Okay.
Especially the jollof is heavily spiced. So most ulcer patients take plain rice with soup, rice soup.
Yeah.
They take rice water. The rice water, no milk. Because Tom Brown without milk, there I know a lot of people can't do it. So rice water is the closest way you don't need milk. You sort of in there. Some of the porridges, some have pepper in them. So we had people react with the porridge itself. So we prefer the white cocoa.
But isn't there medication that speeds up the healing?
There's medication, but it goes, as I said, it's a discipline. It goes hand in hand with what you are eating.
Okay.
Right.
So, and then we're sorry to take us back, but let me ask this question from Selome. He says he wants to us to touch on this quickly again, if possible. He says he's done endoscopy and things, I still feel the sharp pain in my chest area when I drink water. I don't know if that in any way has a...
Yes, so when they did the endoscopy, I'm guessing that they assumed that he had ulcer.
Then
So
endoscopy is a type
we
of...
put a camera through
Okay, sure.
your mouth, and then we try to view the esophagus coming down to your stomach to see where the ulcers are. Right?
Zero.
It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's very uncomfortable.
The
Endoscopy is very uncomfortable.
Is it expensive?
I can't tell.
No, the more the discomfort, the less the price. Because
Now that you mentioned, so just a quick one. Does also trigger other sicknesses?
Yeah, it can.
Okay.
Because if you can't eat, you can't put food where food is supposed to be for you to get allergy. That's when you start losing weight.
Because people have actually met their untimely death
Yes, with ulcer.
with ulcer.
Yes,
And
because
I wondered why and how
some
that happened.
you can even have gastric
Reflux.
esophageal. There's something called GERD, gastric esophageal reflux disease. A condition where, if you have an image of the stomach, please bring it back. When you look at the drawing for the stomach from the science class, it comes in a kinks. There's a muscle that prevents food acid that's in your stomach from going up.
From rebounding.
Right. When that muscle there becomes weak or is worn off because of the acid keeps going there, it means that everything that is going to come up.
Charlie, God designed the body some way.
I said when you open up.
What happens when it comes up?
When it keeps up, because acid is not supposed to be where it is, it start wearing off the lining. It can cause you to have cancers. It can cause it to stretch to start forming.
Crazy.
It can cause it narrowing of the, because the whole muscle structure there, the esophagus is not really that thick.
Yeah, I think that's what it's saying.
Yes. So, the other one.
The other one.
Yeah.
The one before this I was showing.
Show the other one, please.
Yeah.
When that can also happen, so the pain he's talking about, it could also mimic something else. Let's say it could be something that is maybe your lung or your chest. But because these organs are so close, the stomach, everything is pushed up, the liver is. Yeah, so you see where the esophagus ends and the stomach starts. That kink over there, that muscle there, you see, it's different. Look at the way they design the muscles in there. This is a different type of muscle. This is a different type of muscle.
Wow.
If you expose a cell, right, cell structures form together from tissues and to form us, right? So if you expose a cell that's supposed to be in the stomach in a place where it's not supposed to be, it can cause a cancer. If this thing perforates and we don't see it early, it can kill you.
So, Doc, in all of this, I think maybe I missed it, but I think my question would be:
so before the person, right? Ask the person that he might want to get a second consult.
Okay, he's watching us online.
Yes,
outside
he should. He should. It's not bad to try
various.
Yes, there are. UGMC is there. Is good. Kolebu 37, other places are there. Try the teaching hospitals because there are more specialists and professors there. They could have seen it before. When you have a professor who's an old man, he's probably seen a lot. Some of them is based on somebody that Dr. Wankashi now it was because those signs and symptoms you are bringing, he's seen it over and over again, and he's seen variations of it. Yeah, right. That's why even us as young doctors, we see consult, something that is beyond. We call our older bosses to come in and look at it, and they come and look 2 to 3 things, and then they teach you something and tell you this is it. Right. So I'm advising him, if he's watching us, to seek a specialist, a consult.
Because he asked a follow-up question. He says, so I have to stop coffee, chocolate, pork, alcohol.
Great.
He asks, occasionally?
No, none. Okay. With what he's dealing with right now, he might... He for example, let's say this. Until you are cleared, somebody tells you that you are cleared, you can proceed. Please, don't be hiding the chocolate under the bed. I know... I have aunties who hide chocolates in the freezer in the garage.
Oh my God.
I know all of them. Yes, I found some. So, Moreno.
Maybe a gunshot.
Golden tree, your Moreno. my house, people hiding food.
Is that so? For milk, let me ask: can the gastric ulcer be related to lactose intolerance?
It can be related.
It can or it can't.
It can and cannot be related. Okay. Because if, let's say, the enzymes that we said that needs to break down milk, it's not existent. That's lactose intolerance. You don't have what it takes to break down milk and get whatever you need to do. So it's causing you problems, right? That's a separate thing. Okay. Then you have ulcer where the milk itself is a non-starter. You get what I'm saying? It's a non-starter. Maybe ideally you were taking milk, but because of the ulcer right now, it's a no-go area for you now. That's two different things. Just that they are similar in the way they behave, causing you pain and causing you diarrhea.
Yeah.
Is reoccurrence after one is healed
from ulcer?
From ulcer possible?
Very possible.
So how do we prevent it?
Yes, because if your lifestyle has not changed, whatever is causing ulcer has not changed. Because we sit in our offices for so long. People sit in the office right now, they've not eaten. And the last time they had a meal was 6 p.m. yesterday. How many hours now?
So intermittent fasting.
That's why it's called intermittent. They didn't say 6 to about 6 this morning is 12 hours. That's more than intermittent.
So we have to be very careful on that weight loss journey.
Yes, be careful how you're dealing with
that forgetfulness to eat. And
those who are gaining weight today should also be careful. Because you have slim people who have high cholesterol and they have a coronary risk is high.
Doc, in wrapping up, please, our time is up. We have to go. I want to ask this almost final question about not feeling hungry, but should you eat?
Yes, you should. Food is... There's a statement we say in ulcer, right? If you don't take... food, that's a word. It has to do with food and drugs, in the sense that if you don't take food as your drug now, drugs will become your food. At think that's right.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't take food in the way we are saying eat, like as if it's a dosage.
Yeah.
2 times a day, 3 times a day, eat.
Yeah.
Right. Eat your proteins. We'll start mixing medications for you and arranging for food like food. So you have somebody taking like 6-7 pills.
Yeah.
Because one is for this, one is for that, one is for that, one is for that.
Lenny, if you don't take us now, we'll take you.
Okay, 10 seconds. So is there a better way to fast then? Because from what that you're saying, it looks like even the fasting.
I prefer if you're going to fast, please know yourself. If you have a history of ulcer, no go area.
No, this one you don't even have an issue of ulcer, but
you so
before you get that issue, what do you do? Because some people like to eat heavy. They eat heavy the day before so that the following day they can push.
The best way to fast, is start lighter.
Start lighter.
Yes.
Okay.
Your body gains that knowledge of you are eating lighter.
Thank you.
You get it. That's why somebody can eat twice a day and it's fine. Somebody can eat once a day and still get ulcer. Someone can eat once a day and not get ulcer. Because the body has this. The body is adapted. It adapts to how your system works, right? The same way somebody can eat 4 balls of kinky, walk around 6 packs. You and I, we do it. We end up somewhere else.
She's next to you, please.
Well, we'll wrap it up. When in school, a colleague of two students nearly lost their lives from trying to go on a 40-day fast.
That's what I was
no food or water.
That's crazy.
Yes, they nearly lost their lives.
You remember the Daniel fast?
walked through Libya.
Vegetables.
It's
Good.
good. Yeah, 21 days.
Yes.
So you didn't do water.
Yeah, fruits. Like
All right, guys. There's a long day ahead of us awaiting lots of productions to do. But Doc, thank you so very much on this conversation. And I like your last word that if you don't eat, if you don't
take food as your drug,
drugs
will become your food.
Yeah, Lenny. If you don't take us as your this thing will become your. And on that note, our time is up. We're back here same time tomorrow on Culture Daily, and we are.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Telecel.